No,
gosh.
I have no idea how they do those neutral venues at all.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because the article I was reading, they mentioned one of them is in Budapest, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it has can fit like 67,000 people. What's the regulations there? Can people go attend these games?
I don't think so, but I
No.
mean, yeah. Well, let's touch on that as we go through here. I mean, let's just jump right in, dude.
Let's do it.
Um, all right, what's up, guys? I mean, it's your boys.
Welcome back, amigos. That's right.
Yeah, Idla, how you been? It's been what, a couple weeks since our last
Been a
pod.
couple weeks. I've been good, man. A lot of ups and downs since then with my own personal club. Palmeiras just winning the Libertadores, going to the FIFA Club World Cup, and not being able to score a single goal. And then you get fourth place, the first Brazilian team to ever get fourth place in that competition. And the banter is going off the charts and on the social media. And Felipe Melo is just the main target. And
Oh,
I hope it's going to give some fire to the club. But yeah, it's been up and down, but happy to be here. How about yourself, Oliver?
well, I'm just fine, but I want to, reach out and just let you know that if you need anything,
Thank
I'm
you.
here, the community's here, the lads are here.
Wow,
Just give
that's
us a
huge.
shout, okay?
I appreciate that. No, thank you.
For sure, man. I know it's tough, but anyway, let's move on because we got a lot to talk about here.
Yeah.
The Champions League is back next week. I'm stoked because the Prem, we're kind of hitting a point in the season in league play where let me just get some Champions League football. I'm sick of watching like rainy Burnley against fucking Newcastle 0-0 draw. Like I want to see some European football. You know what I mean?
Sorry, that's just everything
You're
closed
good.
down.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, so basically, I'm saying like I want to see. I'm sick of the. I need a break from the Prem. I need a break from your Burnley on a rainy day to
Yes.
Newcastle 0-0 draw. I'm ready to see some
Hmm.
like top quality, top draw stuff.
Are you saying that you're ready for the Champions League to come back?
That's exactly what I'm
Is that how
saying.
you're feeling? I
That's
feel the
exactly
same
what I'm
way.
saying.
I miss the anthem. I miss the high contrast filter they use for the games. Have you heard about that theory?
No, but tell me
Oh,
about that. I'm
I
curious.
miss it. I miss it all. I miss it all, and I can't wait. It's yeah, they say that the broadcast for Champions League games they put a darker, more contrast look just to make it look more cinematic. So all the games feel like a little bit more special. You heard about this? Is this true?
Wow. No, I've never heard about
I've
that.
heard, that's what I read, and I'm gonna be looking out for that too. But yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. All these
Yeah.
matchups are good too. Some really good matchups here.
Fuck yeah,
Some
dude.
some revenge stuff, right? So
Hmm.
should we just
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, just a
whew,
couple points here before we dive right into the
whew.
matchups. But I just want to point out, y'all, like we're back on Instagram. We got the at
Hmm.
AmiGolazo pod. So that's just our name plus pod at the end. Throw us a follow. You know we're up on Twitter, just causing
Yeah.
chaos and shit. And just let us know what kind of throw some ideas our way for new pods because we're always down and open to discuss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, seriously. Let if you guys, want us to talk about a certain topic or a certain, scandal that's going on or certain upcoming matches, whatever it may be, let us know. Give us a follow, shoot the DM, shoot your shot. We reply.
We
You know.
reply, and we do love scandal. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm as into scandal as I'm into soccer. To be honest, I love scandal
It's pretty yeah. There's some juicy stuff going on out there right now, right? So, I
for
mean,
sure. For sure, nothing less juicy than. I mean, let's just get right into the matchups. I guess. I mean,
ooh, okay,
what
let's
do,
do
what
it.
do we got? What do we got? What do we got going on
Yeah.
Tuesday?
So Tuesday we got Leipzig versus Liverpool and Barcelona versus PSG, which all these, both of these games, these are all. I mean, I don't want to say like Yeah, they're pretty big, like big powerhouses when it comes to this Champions League, especially Barcelona, Liverpool, PSG, Leipzig last year. They did pretty well. They made it pretty far, and I think they're a solid squad. So much so that I think they win. I think they're going to beat Liverpool in this game, Leipzig. I know it's a
Yeah,
neutral place, right? Neutral stadium and everything, but ever since the demi, everything has been pretty much neutral, right? Like there's no really that many
sure.
fans, so I don't really see that playing too much of a difference here. And I think with Liverpool currently the way they've been, looking, and they have a tough stretch of games too. Now they got Leicester coming up before this
Mhm.
matchup. I don't know. I think Leipzig pulled this one out.
That's interesting. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, just for you guys listening, we're basically going to go through the matchups and talk about our predictions as well and just general thoughts on the matches. But
Yeah.
yeah, I see that, like you said, you've got Leipzig coming out on top there. They're flying in the Bundesliga right now. I think second
Mhm.
place, which you could really say second place in the Bundesliga is like a first place B because
Yeah.
Bayern is pretty much, you know what I mean?
Incredible. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a good run for Bayern for sure.
Yeah. I have Liverpool winning though. Reason being, they just lost 4-1 to Man City. And I just think, they got knocked out of the FA Cup by Manchester United recently as well. I think it's about time that they just kind of have a one of those games where the guys just get together, Klopp gets behind them, and they come out and hopefully score some goals, similar to like how they played against, I think it was Tottenham, where it kind of exploded for Salah had a couple beauties, and I think they're due for one of those games, and no better time like a Champions League round of 16 match to make that happen.
Yeah.
Or not round of 16. What is it? One, two.
What? Yeah,
Yeah, 16. Wow, I can't fucking count.
we're good. It's
Stay in
Thursday.
school, kids.
Too many headers or something. But
Yeah.
I think as a Liverpool, if you're a Liverpool fan, right now, title with the EPL is pretty much done. And that race is
Mhm.
over for you. And I think you're thinking, Champions League is an obligation at this point. You got to win this to otherwise it's what do you got to show for the year? So yeah, I could
Yeah.
see I could see Klopp trying to get him behind his guys. We'll see how they do against Leicester, but
Yeah.
it'll be interesting. It'll be
Yeah, I'll
interesting.
be curious to see how some of their younger guys do in the Champions League because they have so many injuries where your Phillips and a bunch of their young teenager guys that kind of got into the squad this season due to all their
Mhm.
injuries. This will probably be for a lot of them their first time playing in the Champions League. So should be interesting. But you take Leipzig, I take Liverpool. I guess we'll see. We'll see who
Yeah. Look out for
is out there.
Angelino running down the wings,
Oh
just
my god,
terrorizing
yeah.
Liverpool. Those Trent, they're gonna push up. Watch.
You're right. You're
Put it
right. Good
down.
point.
Angelino. A goal maybe. For sure a goal.
That's AG Sportsbook advisement right there. Betting
If
books.
you
All
have a
right.
gambling problem, please get help. Seriously.
Link in bio for
Yeah.
assistance. But all
Seriously.
right, what's next? I mean, I think this is the
Ooh.
marquee matchup of the
Yes.
round, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and I'm so sad that Neymar is hurt and he's not going to be able to play in this. It really hurts my heart. I mean, right? Like it's kind of unfair. He should be
Yeah,
playing. Tape
yeah.
it up.
I
Tape it up and play. I mean, is his
yeah, it's like
sister's
an
birthday coming
abductor
up?
injury.
Let's see.
Yeah. So wait, can you explain that? Can you, for those that don't know, can you just dive into that a little bit?
So the they say that every year, most years, whenever Neymar's sister's birthday is coming up, he's usually injured or suspended, right? And then you'll see on Instagram him a couple days later with his sister partying it up, in Brazil or in Ibiza or somewhere, in Qatar or some shit, wherever she decides she's gonna have her birthday that year. And he it's usually pretty spot on. Like he'll either get hurt or he'll get, a couple yellows or maybe a red. He'll just lash out and that's name. But it's always like really close. and I'm checking now, and her birthday's March 11th. So we're about a month away.
Yeah, and
So,
you
and
know
he's
the
hurt for
second
a month.
leg. Yeah, the second leg is like March 10th, I think.
Right. And they say they say the injury is 4 weeks, right? 4 weeks long. So
Unreal.
suspicious? What do you think? I mean, I
Listen,
kind of
family first, absolutely, but you
family
can't
football.
be doing that. You can't be doing that. You
You can
can't be. It's insane.
especially versus the you're playing against your previous club, right? I mean, I'm sure he
Yeah.
didn't want to get hurt, right? I'm sure he wanted to play and stuff like that's
Right.
just
Right.
joking around, obviously, but I would love to see him try to play and be in that game because last time they played, it was the famous remontada, right? The 6-1
That's right.
came
That's
back
right.
on them, and it's just like, and he was a big part in that, and I think one of the big reasons he decided to leave Barcelona after that was because after that game, he felt like he didn't get a lot of the credit he deserved, right? That was going around the press
Hmm.
that he was a big part of that comeback, and everybody was posting that picture of Messi celebrating with the fans and stuff, right? He jumped in the crowd and shit. So
Hmm.
Neymar was like, it's clearly not my club. I'm clearly not going to get the respect I want here. So they said that was another big part where he decided to go. So it's pretty sad to see him. He's not going to be playing. I don't think Angel Di Maria is going to be playing either. So it's Mbappe's
Up to
time,
Mbappe.
and it's his team. Honestly, like Nate, you could say it's Neymar's team, whatever. And Neymar's older, and Mbappe is like the young guy. He's like World Cup winner. It's his team, and he's gonna do it right here. It's gonna be big if he can do it right here.
I agree. I think one of the issues with Neymar being out though, and for this reason why I picked Barcelona to
Mm-hmm.
better them in this tie is because when Neymar is out of that PSG side, it takes away from their attacking threat because then they don't have that guy that's kind of orchestrating the movements. They don't have the guy that's
Right.
sitting behind the strikers, beating a man, and then sliding a through ball to an Mbappe, to an Icardi. Now,
Mm.
what's going to happen now, and we see often with PSG, anytime Neymar is injured, is that Mbappe will try and kind of compensate for Neymar's absence and play that sort of playmaker role that really I don't think that's his best position. So I think that'll in the end cost not necessarily that. I mean, there's other issues with PSG as well. I mean, new coach, they're third place in Ligue 1 right now, which is
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Crazy
But
to see, right? Kind of with the
yeah,
history they have, right?
yeah. But in short, that's why I think Barcelona is going to take this one.
And I mean, Barcelona, they haven't been great either, right? They lost to Sevilla recently in the cup,
Right.
and they've had some close games. They're conceding a lot of goals. Who's to say, PSG don't put a couple away real quick? And PSG, they're a solid defensive team. You got to give them that, right? Every competition they're in, they don't give up a lot of goals. So I think,
Unless
right,
it's against Barcelona.
right, yeah. I mean, yeah, like that
No,
was.
no, but
I think this is a lot of guys on that the PSG team from last year that want a little bit of revenge on this Barcelona squad. But I still think the injuries to Neymar and to Angel Di Maria, just Neymar, like you said, he's able to create and he brings on those extra defenders that opens up those other lanes for those players. They're gonna miss that.
sure.
So I think Barcelona takes it as well. I think we'll see some magic from Messi, and
Yeah.
he'll get it done. Maybe some little crazy lefty footwork, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I would say Messi's pretty one-footed, but we don't want to get into that debate. But
No, you don't.
last bit on Barcelona too is that Ousmane Dembele has been back fit, and he's a huge important player.
That's
And
right.
it's
Yeah,
great to see him back. And also, Griezmann has had good form of late too, where
exactly.
he's kind of struggled with Barcelona. So I just think the the cards are stacked against PSG for this tie right now, and that Neymar
Mhm.
injury just put it over the edge. So
That's true. No, those are great points for sure.
yeah. So next year, what do you got? Sevilla and Dortmund.
That's a little. That'll be an interesting match. I think that'll probably be the one that you'll get a result you won't expect. It'll be something weird, I think.
Yeah, and it looks like we both put Sevilla here, but the
Yeah.
reason I'll give you my reasoning is I watched Dortmund play a couple times this season because I sprung for the ESPN Plus, and so I get to watch
Oh,
some Bundesliga.
mother.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I watched them play against Bayern Mönchengladbach. Excuse my German
Wow, I
pronunciation there, but
think that was good.
um, it was like a crazy game, and Dortmund ended up losing. I think it was like 4-2. Fact check me on that. But uh, Dortmund, though they have those crazy attacking players up front with Haaland and of course Jadon Sancho,
Yeah.
who has struggled a lot this year. Haaland has not struggled; he's just a machine. But that wasn't their problem. The problem was the connection between their uh, their back four going up through the mid and then to their attackers. There was no cohesion with the midfield, and they as soon as they lose the ball, they were just cut through like a hot knife through butter by Bayern Mönchengladbach. And if they're going to be playing Sevilla, who's got a few pretty talented players, like you said, they just beat Barcelona. I think
Yeah.
that for that reason, Dortmund right now is kind of in a shambles. I think they're like seventh or sixth in the Bundesliga, sixth place right now.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty low.
yeah, they're struggling.
Yeah, yeah, they're such a hit or miss team. Like you said, you're watching them, especially in that game you talked about. I don't know if Haaland will be enough. I mean, he does seem to shine in these tournaments, in these cups, right? Especially Champions League. The dude just knows how to score and get in position. But I just think Sevilla is just a better team, and they'll be able to neutralize, that attack and just slice right through them, like you said, and just be very technical and just a lot of quality on the ball. They'll get far in this competition, and they used to be the Europa League Kings. They're won it like 3 times in a row, and looks like they're finally taking that next step to being
They won it last
consistent.
season too.
Yeah, being that consistent.
It's crazy.
Let's see if they can stay here and actually go far and get rid of that Europa. Not saying that it's bad, but you want to win the Champions League. You don't want to
Yeah.
keep winning Europa League. So yeah, Sevilla. I think Sevilla takes this one. Both games actually pretty easily, and probably like low scoring games. I think just because of like 2-0, maybe 3-1 or something, like nothing like you're gonna see. That's what I think.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool,
And then
man. Well,
yeah,
what's next?
yeah, Porto, which is a team that I do hold a special place in my heart, and versus Juventus, which has the great CR7, who
That's
is
right.
Mr. Champions League. Some would say, they call Ronaldo League. It's not the Champions League,
That's right.
Ronaldo's League. Um, I mean, it's you can't go against Ronaldo for me, especially in these early rounds. The dude he'll get it done even if they go behind, and even if he's got to talk some shit in Portuguese to those Porto guys, or maybe there's gonna be some. There got to be some respect where respect is due from those Porto players. They're pretty much looking at CR7
That's right.
as this guy, or or it could be worked the other way. It's like, oh, we're playing the best, so we got to go hard as hell too.
In
But
the
I think
paint.
in the paint, in a little paint. But Juve is just, I think they're a better squad. I mean, Porto's not looking too dangerous, right? I think for Juventus, I think they take
Yeah.
this one, especially getting through Inter recently in the Italian Cup. They're looking good. I mean, they got some work to do in the Serie A, right, where
Mhm.
they're right now third, which is also
Yeah.
something. And it's not looking like they're gonna get, what is it, the ninth one now? They're after ninth in a
Yeah.
row.
It's either ninth or 10th. Yeah, yeah. I
Crazy
don't
run,
think it's
right?
gonna happen. Yeah.
They brought in Pirlo midway, obviously thinking we need success in the Champions League, right? They thought that Serie A was in the bag, another one, but they got some work to do in there. So we'll see. We'll see if how far they go in the Champions League. I think Ronaldo probably wants to win that more than the Serie A title again. So
yeah, I mean, can you imagine if Cristiano were able to win another Champions League? Not just for himself, but Gigi Buffon. He's still part of that Juve squad, and he's yet to win the Champions
I
League.
think there's a
So
lot on the line for those old guys. Those older guys. And we only have so much time left to see these guys. And get a little cheesy here. We only have so much time to see these guys, so it's always nice to see them in form and being out there and playing. So definitely
yeah, for sure.
be watching that, and maybe I'll get to a little bit.
Yeah, everyone's favorite Selly. I'll also say, Cristiano. I think it was back in 2008 when he scored a goal for Manchester United against Porto that won the Puskás Award. It was like that 40-yard bomb.
Banger.
Do you remember that? It was like the first Puskás Award winner, I think, when they first made the award. And it was that like long range crossbody missile that went like almost top corner, far side.
It was insane.
And so he's got history there, and being a Sporting Lisbon guy, I mean, Porto would be a rival team of his.
Good point. He loves to win. He's gonna, he's thinking about that. He's thinking
100%.
Porto filho da puta, like he's gonna say some crazy shit, and it's gonna go in. Man. There's some funny clips of him talking shit. He's gets away with it a little bit, but
he does. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I think then we both got Juve there. Nothing too scandalous on that front.
No.
Here's a good one. Here's an interesting matchup, though. So the following week, not this upcoming week, but the week of the 23rd, Tuesday the 23rd, we have Atletico and Chelsea. What are your thoughts here?
That's a good one. I personally, I like Chelsea in this one. I think they have some talented players, a little bit more creativity at some points. I would say maybe some of those guys can take more of those 1-on-1s, and and they have a crazy aerial threat with Giroud just in the box. Like I think that's the way you beat this Atletico team, is you kind of got to work the ball around, think one in, quick header. Simeone is an old school coach. You got to beat him a little bit. You got to be a little tough too against them. They play hard. So I expect to be a close game where we will probably see like a Giroud goal, and we will probably see a red card at some point.
So, I mean, I guess I gotta. So you're thinking Giroud is gonna start?
No, it's gonna be no. I don't.
Yeah, I think Tammy will start.
I think so. I think he'll start off with some speed. Well, didn't he played recently in the cup, right? He started in the cup, right, Tammy?
So yeah, he played today actually, the 11th, as of the recording of this podcast.
And he scored, right? I'm pretty sure he scored.
He did. Yeah, he did score.
He scored. So that's good. I think that might boost his odds, but I think Giroud, just being the vet and done it before, he's got to get some playing time in the Champions League and he'll put one away for sure. Okay. And I think it's Chelsea's a team too. They could probably rest a couple guys before the game, right before the street games. They have enough people on the bench. And I like their coach. I'm kind of I want to see what he does with that in the Champions League.
Yeah, no, I take those points for sure. However, I do have Atletico winning this one simply because, they're first in La Liga right now. They've been playing really well this year. Mm-hmm. A couple, they brought in Luis Suarez, who has been phenomenal this season. I saw a stat. He's scored 16 goals in the league in 17 games, and that's 16 goals based on 20 shots on target. So just super efficient right now.
Pistolero, yeah.
Yeah, Pistolero. Hate him. Can't stand him.
No, he's been a pretty hateable guy.
Yeah, he's been just a phenomenal pickup for Diego Simeone. And what I'll also add is that Thomas Lemar, who's Atletico paid like 80 mil for him, former Monaco player. In French, you say Monégasque. He's from Monégasque. A couple seasons ago, didn't fit in first 2 years, barely played, total flop. This season, though, for whatever reason, he's really stepped up and is looking to be an integral part of that Atleti creative side of things. And also on Chelsea's, and my issue with them is that with Tuchel right now, Tuchel, again, pronunciation, I never took German. He doesn't seem to know his best team right now. So every match that he has played so far this season, there's been a different starting 11. And I just think that to go into a round of 16 Champions League match and not really know your best team is a problem. But we'll see.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to figure out what he's got, right? And we just came in, and it's interesting that you bring that up with trying to figure out his starting 11, because at what point do you finally say, all right, this is the guys I want, and how you have to figure it's here, Champions League is here, and it's that's pretty much what Chelsea's got going, fighting for. And let me fact check that. Thomas Tuchel.
Tuchel? You have to like do Tuchel. The CH sound like that?
Yeah. So have you ever heard of this is not sponsored, but it could be in the future. Have you ever heard of Forvo? Forvo?
No.
It's a pronunciation website that lets you hear words or names pronounced in the actual native tongue that it's in.
Oh, wow.
Unlike Google, if you put it into Google, they'll just be like a robot. So
right.
I put Thomas.
Interesting.
Thomas
Tuchel. And I know we do have some German listeners. Thanks to our good friend Aiden, who was on our last pod. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Great episode. So, feel free to comment. Let us know.
There's some German in there too, for sure. Let us know if we hit it.
For sure. But last comment on this game. If you tuned in early on in the pod, you may have heard us talking about the issue with the location of this match. So Spain is not allowing UK. They're not lifting the travel restrictions for UK. So they have to have this game in a neutral area, which is going to be, well, not necessarily neutral, because it's still supposed to be Spain's home advantage here, even though there's no fans. It's going to be in the Arena Nacional in Romania.
Wow.
So pretty fucking crazy.
Well, I mean,
I guess fuck Brexit.
Yeah, it's a big like FU, to it, and they say no, we're not gonna let you in here. Figure it out. And it's I think it's something that we might see more of, as the Champions League progresses and as they play through the pandemic. But that's what they signed up for, and the beautiful game will be played, which is great. It's not getting postponed or anything. The show must go on, I guess, right? So
you're right.
It could play a factor. Thomas Tuchel did say that he feels they're in an advantage now, being at a neutral ground. So he's gonna get those lads confident with that, I believe, and just it's the Champions League. You still gotta play the 90 minutes, so it's gonna be a great matchup.
Yeah. I think too. Again, another little sidebar here, but Thomas Tuchel, and I think we may have said that now more than any other word in this pod. I don't know how familiar you are with what he looks like, that kind of thing, but he's about 6'7".
What?
He's got these ears that are sticking out. Somehow looks like a baby, but is also like balding, and he's kind of strong.
So
very almost like Tolkien type character, like a Lord of the Rings like hybrid between like Gollum and an Ent. For any of you that like Lord of the Rings out there, definitely just Google image. There's got to be some photoshops.
Oh, I'm
especially
sure.
considering he used to coach at PSG, and those fans
Yeah.
are ruthless. But anyway, let's next up. So Tuesday on the 23rd, same time as Atletico and Chelsea, is Lazio and Bayern Munich. For
Yeah.
me, this is a no-brainer. I mean, Bayern, as of today, are Club World Cup champions, best club, undisputed in the world,
Yeah.
holding 6 titles right now. Second
Mhm.
team ever to do that. I just think Lazio doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell. What do you think here?
No. Yeah, they're just every aspect of Bayern right now is just too good for Lazio, I think, to compete. They had a, it was a close game between Tigres and Bayern for the Club World Cup, but you just saw the quality with every pass and the way they're able to just open up the game. It should have been more than 1-0. So I don't think Lazio really has a chance. Bayern will play their game, kind of just handle business on to the next round, and we'll see who they draw. But I don't think there's not many teams that are gonna many teams left in this competition that. Pretty much what I'm saying is Bayern. I think Bayern's going to be in the final. It's going to be like
Right,
who's going to
right.
play them there and have a chance to beat
Gotcha.
them.
Yeah, yeah. I totally agree. I have to just get this out. I just love saying Lazio. I think it's such a
Lazio.
beautiful. I think it's beautiful. Even though aren't they like somehow affiliated with like far right,
Yeah,
like neo Nazis or some shit? Obviously, I don't
this
condone any of that nonsense, but
of
just the
course
word
not. Yeah,
Lazio is it's beautiful.
yeah.
Um,
Lazio's
but,
good. I used to have a old Lazio kit, and it was
oh,
back in the Kappa, or maybe it was Kappa. I don't remember. It was just way too tight. Typical Italian kit, like way too tight. And I think it gave it away. I could never wear that shit, so I just gave it. I was like, fuck that. So, but this is a cool club. They have some cool uniforms. There is a kit, um, which we can bring it up on next time we do. We talk about some kit reviews and stuff. They has
yeah.
a really cool kit which has like that. It's like an eagle on it kind of design. You might have seen it. It was like
Oh
their
yeah, I
third
know what you're
kit.
talking. It
Yeah.
comes like through the middle, right? Like,
Yeah. It was
yeah,
their
yeah.
third kit. So I always liked their kits too. So, but yeah, they don't have a chance against Bayern.
Cool. Well, we are in cahoots. We're in cahoots on that um, prediction there. So
Yeah.
next, so Wednesday, Atalanta, which I honestly just pronounce Atlanta at this point. The
A lot of
ATL.
times, yeah, ATL, Atalanta.
I'm not adding that extra fucking syllable in there. But they play Real Madrid, who is struggling at the moment, kind of. That's the
Kind
thing.
of.
It's kind of weird. What are your thoughts on this one? What are your thoughts, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid is always held to a certain standard, right? Like Los Blancos, you this is your thing. You win Champions Leagues, you do well, and you start losing too many games. They start questioning. There was Zizou's getting some heat in the press conferences, and he's firing right back, which I love. Which means he's got the helms of the club. He's holding it down. He's like, I got. Why are you questioning me? I've done this before, so I think they got that fire
Yeah.
now. And yeah, not they haven't had the best results coming up, but I think they have the players, they have the pieces to beat this Atalanta team. Who, yeah, they were doing really well. They were scoring a lot of goals last year for sure, but this year
Mhm.
they're seventh in the Serie A. I don't think that's the same team we saw last year that was just flying and just being crazy, scoring so many goals. I think Real Madrid move on, and the weight of the crest, the history, they move on. They're gonna get through this. It's not gonna be easy, but they'll get through.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I have this initial game going in as a draw,
Hmm.
but I think that Real likely, if they were to draw at in Italy, I'll probably come back to Madrid and somehow pull it off and get through. And I will say, Zizou absolutely right now is going through some criticism. There's been some reports that leaked. Who knows? How do you say? Well, you know how you say you leaked in Spanish? Because they just leak shit left and right. Like they just leaked Messi's entire contract, which is insane, by the way. If you haven't looked it up, the
What are
figures
some?
on that contract.
What is it? You got a little bit of details you could give us?
Oh my god, dude, the numbers were so like astronomical. I don't even know if they registered in my head as like legitimate facts, but all
Like what?
sources. It
Like a
it's
salary
outrageous.
got leaked? What got leaked?
Salary is like everything, his whole
Oh
contract. So
man.
salary, like bonuses, he had like a signing like commitment bonus that alone was like $37 million or something, and then his salary was like 79 million at
Holy shit.
least. Could be higher than that. I'm like undercutting it because I don't want to, extrapolate on what I saw. But anyway, Zizou's been. There were reports that he will officially be leaving Real in the summer, whether it's by mutual consent termination, I don't know. But that's the interview
Wow.
you're referring to where he kind of clapped back at the reporter. And I'm just kind of waiting, like, how long before we just see Zizou get up in one of those interviews and actually headbutt a reporter?
That I wouldn't put it past him. Why not?
Ah, it'd be great. What a way to, same way he ended his playing career. If he were to just headbutt a reporter and end his managerial
Yeah.
career like that, that'd be incredible.
And then move on to like board member of FIFA. Eventually, FIFA
Yeah,
president. He just
yeah.
moves on, like gets even better, even though he
Keeps
does
getting
some wild shit. He's just like,
president of France at some
yeah,
point.
yeah. It's just
Headbutts Joe Biden, kills him. Oh man.
like,
Okay. Wow. We don't want to get too.
we can dream.
That's
We can
yeah.
dream.
Right.
It's
Whew.
yeah,
Maybe
what's
I was
that?
gonna say maybe we'll write like a fantasy novel spin-off of AmiGolazo about like Zidane's path after management.
That would be great. I would
Yeah.
I would definitely I could definitely imagine that though. I think
Yeah.
he would definitely have definitely has the look for it. Also looks like the Hitman guy a little bit too.
Oh my god. He really does. He
But
does, man.
I think I think they win. I mean you have them as a draw here, right? You think it's like a no win 1-1. What are you thinking?
Yeah, probably like 1-1, I'd say, because it's in Italy. Benzema somehow probably get one back with that weird cast that he wears on his hand for whatever reason.
Yeah, what's the point? Is it
I don't
just
know.
so like right some shit goes down, I gotta fight? He looks like a guy that would want to fight all the
He
time.
looks like he's about to hop in the octagon after that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he wraps his hand for some reason. It's like the two fingers are wrapped and then it comes down. I don't know. I got to do a deep dive, see what that's all about. Probably some just like hood shit from the banlieue of Lyon or something. We'll see.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
get back to y'all on that.
yeah, we'll need a follow up on that, some advisement. I think being in Italy and the Italian calcio, they like to play a little defensively. I could definitely see a draw, but I think Real Madrid could definitely play back. So then that return leg they could have a clean slate. But I still think Real Madrid come out. They're gonna catch Atalanta slipping. Quick counter, Vini Jr. If he's in the game, he's quick. A little dink into Benzema. I could see it.
Yeah. And what's interesting, last bit on Madrid here is that you mentioned Vinny Jr. and him and Benzema had that kind of issue earlier
Right?
on
Yeah, they have
in the
beef.
season where, yeah, Benzema got caught basically telling, I think it was
Yeah, what happened?
Ferland
Tell us
Mendy.
there.
Yeah, so they were basically in the dans les vestiaires, like in the room before you go out onto the pitch. I think it was after halftime. It was like during halftime, they were about to go back on, and Benzema looks over at Ferland Mendy, who's like the left back, and he kind of tells him like, "Yo, don't pass to him. I swear to God, he's playing against us. Like, don't pass him." Which honestly, that's such a dramatic thing to say. Like, he's playing against us. On my mother, he's playing against us. Like that's what he said, which is ridiculous. It sounds like something from All My Children. So I don't know what's going on there, but they seem to have made amends. I think recently,
Seems like it. Yeah.
assisted him over the weekend in their, or maybe it was in their Copa España, or what's it called?
Copa del
Del Rey
Rey.
match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So hopefully, all the waters under the bridge or whatever. Is that the
Yeah.
expression?
The
Something like
beautiful
that.
game can heal a lot of wounds, and then especially
Wow.
when you start winning and you start assisting, I'm glad to see that there's, it was just a quick thing. They squashed it. It probably should have never got leaked, but that's the world we live in, and I'm glad we got to see it. Sometimes it's awesome to
Mhm.
see that inside scoop. You get the scandals that we like,
The scandals
It's
that we
like,
love. Exactly.
and so you'd be like, oh shit, he's like, oh my mom, dude, don't pass to this guy, like, for real. And he was just
It's
like
so
right there.
crazy.
He was right in front of him, and
He's right there.
he doesn't speak
Because
French,
there's
so
in
he doesn't
French.
understand
Yeah.
it. So it's just like that's wild. But I thought it was. I'm glad to hear that they're back. Kind
Yeah.
of playing, and because they need those guys, and they paid a lot of money for Vinny. I mean, and if you don't start producing, at what point, are you a bust? It's like they got him, they got Rodrigo, they got, they got that other young Brazilian that from Flamengo. I forget his name now, but it's a lot of money on these young lads. So here it is. Here's the stage. Let's see it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So last match here, which it is another interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. What are your thoughts on this one initially?
Yeah, it's Man City versus. Hold on, I'm putting it into the pronunciation thing.
Into our new sponsor,
Uh, our new
whatever.
sponsored Borussia Mönchengladbach. That's who they're
Yeah.
playing. Um,
Mönchengladbach.
Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Man City, and Man City is top of the Prem with one game, behind a lot of
Yeah.
other teams still.
Yeah.
Looks like they're gonna take that unless something crazy happens, and the Champions League is the thing they're chasing after. That's the one thing left.
It
The
is.
ultimate pride. If Pep can get this Man City a fucking Champions League, he's like, there you go. And then next he's got to go try for a World Cup. I don't know if he has any interest in that, but it's like, he's like trying to get him this trying to build a history for Man City.
It's the
Man
holy
City.
grail for those. It's the holy grail for those guys at Man City. Those
Oh
winners.
man, it's the thing they're after, and it's another year where they got a good squad. They got the pieces to do it. KDB's been kind of banged up, but if they can
Yep.
get through this game and get some of those injuries healed up, they're due to make a good run. So I think they take this one. I take this one pretty easy, and this is another one that's being played in a neutral ground, right?
Yeah. So this one's actually going to be played in Hungary, in Budapest, in the Puskás Arena, which is actually where I have tickets for the Euros this summer.
Right.
So if the Euros didn't get fucked over last summer, I would be able to tell you all about the stadium. But
Same. I would have been there.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
We both
That's
had
right.
those tickets.
That's right, bro. Fuck this shit, man. Fuck
So
COVID.
it's yeah. It's probably would have been
But
beautiful.
right. I think it's a newly built stadium. So
Yeah.
I know those architects in Hungary are renowned for their stadium building, is what I've heard. But yeah, I have City winning as well. Despite the season missing Aguero for most of the season, they definitely started slow in the Prem. But over the past couple of weeks, even with De Bruyne being out, they've really just torn apart teams, and they kind of look back to not back to themselves because they're playing differently than they had in the past, but a new level of just dominance that is different from prior dominance. And one player I want to call out here because I've definitely shit on him in the past, and I know you may have, and I'm sure a lot of other people have, including within our circle of footballing friends here. Gundogan. He
Yeah.
has been, first of all, he looks like he works at the gas station at the corner of 19th Street. He might be stocking the cigarettes or something there. But he has been, just because of how short he is, he doesn't have a fancy Euro haircut or anything.
No,
He just kind of
yeah,
looks suspicious.
He
Uh,
does.
he's
Definitely.
been lights out, man. He's been lights out the past couple weeks, and he's kind of rediscovering a form that he had when when he was at Dortmund, and he was seen as kind of one of the jewels of that Dortmund team, and
Yeah.
ended up. I know Klopp spoke highly of him before Man City and Liverpool faced off, and one of the things he said was, I'm not surprised by his recent form at all because this is a guy I used to coach. I know what he's capable of, and now
Hmm.
we're kind of seeing it finally come to fruition here for Man City. So
Yeah, it looks like
yeah,
he's getting more comfortable, more games slowing down a little bit. And
yeah,
that's just, Pep he gets the rep for a reason. He knows how to coach these guys and how to get them, it prepped for these games. And he's definitely a key player. And with KDB being out, he's some of these other guys just have to step up, and they've done a good job. And it's I'm not too sure. It was Aguero due to come back soon. What's the timeline for him? Any idea?
no, I'm not sure right
Me
now. Last time
neither.
I looked into it, he was injured. He came back, played like 15 minutes, then he like started a game, and then he was
Yeah.
injured again, and now I have no idea. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I think. Being at a neutral ground, I don't think it'll affect too much. It's another. Now it's a big German fu to the UK.
yeah,
No, you can't get
yeah.
in. Shut it down. You're
Shut
not.
it down.
I don't know what you're thinking. You're gonna come in here, and so they said no, neutral ground. I'm glad they figured it out real quick.
Yeah.
The show
They
goes
were like,
on.
"Yo, come through, come through. We got a
Right.
open pitch. Come through."
It's kind of
Um,
crazy that's what they're doing. They're just, I'm glad that they can do these things so quickly. And you think back to the Libertadores last year, right, with River and Boca Juniors, they
mhm.
they had to go play in Spain because of
Oh
all
yeah,
the
that's
all
right.
the fights and stuff, right? So it's cool to see that this day and age they can switch and figure out the logistics and everything in a matter of a day. So
Yeah.
it'll be a good game, but I think Man City easily takes both legs, and Borussia Mönchengladbach gets some experience, and that's it. And they move on.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Definitely. Well, I think we've gone through all the matchups, man. I'm so stoked, like I said,
Oh, it's
to
great.
see the Champions League back, dude.
Would you, if you were to looking right now before any of the games, out of all the teams left, who do you think is has the best chance to win the Champions League this year?
To win it all.
To win it all.
Oh man. I you kind of alluded to it earlier about Bayern being basically automatically in the final. And I would
Mhm.
have, I would agree with that. What I would like to see, just to kind of get it over with, because it's inevitable, is for more selfish reasons. If PSG can somehow get Barcelona, despite both of us having them losing, and then they get Neymar back for the quarters or whatever, I think PSG to go back after losing it, kind of how Liverpool did. They lost it and then won it the next year. I
Mhm.
think it would be great because then Mbappe can just go to Real Madrid next season.
And
And I
start
want to see
collecting
that
more.
happen.
Yeah.
And just fucking, yeah. But that's a more selfish reason. But
Yeah.
that's my hope, I guess. So kind of a cloudy answer for you there. But how about yourself?
Yeah, it'll be tough because it's just a luck of the draw. If PSG get Bayern the next round, you could technically say if they get through that, it'll be pretty amazing. But I feel like any team that draws Bayern has a chance to just go home. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think right now Bayern is favored. I would love to see PSG win again for that kind of similar reasons, just for Neymar to get it and
Mhm.
say, I went to a different club and did it. And I mean, if Mbappe gets already a Champions League at such an early age with PSG, I think it means a lot as well. And it's like a lot of pressure off his of like of the stuff like, oh, he doesn't have a Champions League with PSG. Yeah, a lot of
Mhm.
players, once they get rid of that pressure, they seem to play a little bit freer. But yeah, I would say Bayern's favorite. I could see a Bayern Man City, unless PSG does get through here with some good football. That'll be great. I would love to see that too. I'd love to see
Yeah.
PSG back in the final with a healthy PSG versus a Bayern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I would love that. I think that's a good prediction. I would go with that too.
Okay. And last shout probably too that it just slipped my mind, but Juventus. Just if Cristiano could bring Juve to a final at a new club, win it with, Man United, Real, and then win it with Juventus, and also get Gigi Buffon a trophy,
Yeah,
that would be fucking cool
I think
too.
that's the one guy a lot of people feel he deserves one,
All
right?
the
Like
neutrals,
Miguel.
yeah, all the neutrals for
Yeah,
sure.
because I mean, he's been there at Juventus for such a long time, and
Mhm.
and he's been in it every year pretty much, right? Juventus usually is in the Champions League,
Yeah,
and there's always he's made the final a couple times, and then just not. They had a great team. They just faced went against Barcelona that year. Barcelona, MSN, Neymar,
Mhm.
Messi, Suarez. They were just on another level, and they just. But yeah, I would love to see that too. PSG or Juve. That would be a great final too. I
yeah.
would love that.
Well, awesome, man. Yeah, I agree. And last thing I'll say is, guys listening, I think our next pod, Idolo, we're gonna do something about like soccer movies and shit, and
That's
kind of
right.
just
Yeah.
have a chat about those. So a couple people have hit us up on Twitter and given us some suggestions. I would encourage you to continue to do so,
Right.
and we'll watch some of these movies and chat about them.
Yeah, we're the plan for the next podcast is we're gonna watch these American uh styled soccer movies, right? I'm trying to just watch the ones produced in America, in
Okay, okay,
Hollywood,
good point.
because I feel like there's a special flair to those. Where so we're gonna talk about some of those and maybe some of the cultural impact that soccer movies have, and just see why they're why there's so many people that associate, like, when you talk about like movies and sports movies, why do we don't see too much like of glorified, like soccer movies. There's not a lot of like, like you think of like in
Yeah,
America with like football movies, right? There's like, oh, there's a great, Friday Night Lights or whatever the fuck it is, or
Rudy and like
Rudy. What's
what's
the
that
one with
one where the guy dies in the car crash? Remember the Titans? Is
Remember the
that it?
Titans? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I was the one with Mark Wahlberg that he's like he tries out or some shit for the Eagles and makes the
Oh my
team,
god,
and like
I don't know that one.
there's really no like
The Longest Yard. There's one.
longest shot, right?
But
There's
I mean,
nothing.
that's more of a comedy. Yeah.
Right, but there's like, you could say kicking the screen. But anyways, next
Yeah.
podcast, I bet y'all are excited already. Ooh, you bet you can't wait just hearing that. So look out for that.
Yeah. All right, yo. It's been a pleasure as usual.
Always, hey everybody, thank you, amigos. It's always a pleasure to talk footy with y'all. Oliver McNutt, always a pleasure to chat with you as well. It's thank you, Hey Burner, for providing the
Yeah.
beer as
Thank you
well.
again for the official endorsement on Instagram.
We do
We'll be in
appreciate
touch with you
that.
guys.
We can't wait to get the custom AG can with the first season logo,
That's
limited
right. That's
edition.
right.
Look out for that, and enjoy the games. And we'll see you in a couple of days.
Yeah. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.